It's the internet, you're busy. Let's do this. Welcome, I'm Jeff Grubb with GamesBeat.com. This time I am looking at these Stealth 300 from Turtle Beach. These are the new thing. They're a wired version of Turtle Beach's previous Stealth 600 series, and maybe Stealth 700. I can't remember what the one for the PlayStation was called. Either way, it's a wired version of what was once a wireless headset. Turtle Beach has had a little bit more time to sort of shore up the build quality, a few other things, to make some improvements. I found the Stealth 600s to have some wobble to them that I didn't like, some rattling to them. These have eliminated that, but have added some other quirks that we'll get into right now. So let's just talk about it. Let's get into it. I'm going to put these on so I can have some mic monitoring because I have it plugged into this Blue Yeti Nano right now. It is a powered, amplified headset for console gaming primarily. You're going to plug this in to your Xbox One's controller, your PlayStation 4 DualShock 4, or your Nintendo Switch, directly into the Switch itself. When you plug it into any of those, you have to make sure that this is powered on, like it is right now. Let's see if the green light is visible. You'll get that green light, which will, it doesn't just mean it's on, it means you should be hearing audio. If you have that turned off, this will not work, which is one of the weird things about this. But let's talk about the things I like first. First of all, when you do have it plugged in, when you have it plugged into your controller or your Switch or whatever, anything like that, and you have it powered on, the audio quality is very nice. It's very loud and full in a way that a lot of other headsets you plug in your controllers are not. Especially, I feel like the Switch and especially the DualShock 4 can be kind of quiet and muddy, and they just don't sound great when you plug a headset into them. Even high-quality headphones struggle with those. You may want something like this so that is powered. And when you go with something like this, it's just a huge black and white difference. And on the Xbox One, which these are the Xbox One versions, that's why they're green. There's a blue PlayStation 4 version. I'm pretty sure the difference between those is nothing, minute. I like, for a non-powered headset, there are some differences between a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version because, again, that lower sound coming out of the controller of a DualShock 4, manufacturers have to build their headsets with that in mind and make some differences from one version to the next so that it sounds right on each one. If you're going to go ahead and buy the PlayStation 4 one, you don't want it to sound muddy just because you got the same thing that's going to work fine on an Xbox One. But when it comes to an amplified headset, all the power and sort of the processing is being done on the headset itself. That brings me to these EQ settings. There's a bunch of stuff that you can sort of fly through to kind of get different takes on the audio that's being presented to the headset from the system. This is going to process them in different ways, and it's going to sound better or worse to you. It's kind of a taste thing. I will say that this headset is advertised as fully supporting Windows Sonic Surround for the Xbox One. When you're using Windows Sonic for headsets or for headphones or even Dolby Atmos for headphones, pretty much any stereo headset should work just fine. I'm not sure if they're doing any processing of Windows Sonic on this or not. I'm less sure about that. But any stereo headphones should just be processing that stuff. Just, all of it's being done on your system. It doesn't matter. So it supports that. I will say it sounds great. I do like the way that the positional audio of Windows Sonic Surround and Dolby Atmos sound in general, even through headphones. This handles them just fine. But yeah, that big feature here is just that the sound quality is so booming and loud and nice and full, and games feel more cinematic. They feel more thrilling when you are playing them using these. I will say I've especially liked using them on the Switch because I typically just play with the system speakers in handheld mode, and finally putting some headphones on when playing that thing, it's been a delight. It's been nice, especially since these are amplified. It sounds so good. There are other aspects of this. It has the microphone right here that pops down, goes back up. I think it's a fine quality microphone. I think it's might be the exact same one that was on the 600s, which sound great. They sound fine. It's really good for communication. You're not going to be doing voice over audio here, anything like that. But that's to be expected with a gaming headset. Of course you're not, except for my Turtle Beach Elite Pro, which had the noise canceling mic, which broke for me. And sounds like the new one they're going to come out with isn't going to support a noise canceling hypercardioid microphone. So, oh well, rip. This though, yeah, this microphone's going to get the job done for communicating in Fortnite. Hell, it even works in Fortnite on the Switch. You don't have to use the Nintendo Online weird ass app thing. It just connects, and you could speak to other people in your party in Fortnite with no problems. And this picks that up, and it's great. Yeah, I in terms of other features, not much else. I mean, that amplification's a big deal. The microphone sounds great. It's also, I think, getting kind of beyond features and into the build and the feel. The build is nice, and the comfort is just up there with other Turtle Beach headsets. I think that comfort it might also come down to taste a little bit. For me, comfortable headsets are, they come out of places like Turtle Beach. I really like Logitech, how Logitech headsets feel. There's a few others out there that I really appreciate the way that they just fit and they're snug and they don't bounce around. These just stay in place. There's just a little bit of movement there, but it's to be expected because I'm shaking my head like a madman. That's what I want in a headset. Absolutely. Every time I want it to feel secure on my head. And then it just isn't squeezing. It's really comfortable. It has this smushy technology here that Turtle Beach has had for a while. So if you wear glasses, it should just form right around that stuff in a really comfortable way. Yeah, I really like it. It is, you can wear it for hours at a time. But let's talk about a little bit more about like what I don't like, and it goes right back to the amplification. So because the amplification is powered by an internal battery, a 900 milliamp hour battery, I believe, you can run out of battery. And if you run out of battery, what happens? Well, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's so weird. I've used internally self-amplified headphones before, and they have two options. Sometimes they have more, but they have at least two options where where you use it either amplified, using the power with it turned on, or you just use it, as a regular 3.5 millimeter headphone, where it's drawing its power from the jack and it just works just fine. I'm sure maybe there are reasons. I'm sure there's a reason. I can only report like what it's like to use it. Really, I mean, I could go ahead and try to find out exactly why this happens, but the why doesn't really matter. It's still going to affect you in the same way in the end. In the end, you are going to have to make sure that you keep these headphones charged if you want to use them. If they die, they will just be silent, and there's nothing you can do. I think you can use them while plugged in, and there's a USB jack here, a micro USB, where you can plug them in to charge them. But boy, I don't like the idea of having multiple cords hanging from my head. That really sounds uncomfortable. So how long does it last, though? If this is a problem, like how long does it last? I will say this is where maybe I'm okay with it. It lasts about 30-35 hours on a charge, and that's all playtime. So if you're playing the game for long sessions, you can go a couple days without charging them. If you're playing just an hour a night, it's going to go a month. Like, that's really good. We'll see. We'll see. If you get to the end of that month, though, and you've never charged them because you're like, whatever, I'll charge, I'll remember at some point, and you just kind of forget about it, or you get out of the habit, and you go to pick them up, and they aren't charged, they aren't working. Boy, that does. I mean, I don't like the way that feels. That's annoying. It's frustrating. You went out and you paid $80 for these headphones. You want them just to work, and if they're not charged, oh well. That's a bummer, but at least I'll get something out of them. So yeah, that's a shame. It makes some sense to me because that is the standout feature here. And again, they are the wired version of a wireless thing, which of course you have to have the wireless one charged. Of course that wouldn't work if it wasn't charged. So maybe there's some logic there, and it has mic monitoring and stuff like that. So some things that benefit a lot from having internal power. But I just don't know if that convenience that you lose from having headphones that will just always work no matter what is worth all that other stuff. Or, and really it's not an either or. These things aren't mutually exclusive. I feel like there is a way to add all this stuff. I've used headphones that have all of these options, all powered, self-amplified audio, and mic monitoring, and all these EQ features, and then also enable you to use them when it's not powered on. I think there's some from Lucid Sound that I really like that do that, but oh well, these aren't going to do that. So that's my big issue. If you are more responsible than I am, if you show up every night and play your games, and then when you're done, you put everything away and plug everything back in and make sure everything's going to be charged in the morning. First, you're just a better person than I am, morally and spiritually in every way. But this stuff shouldn't be a problem for you, and maybe these are the headphones or the gaming headset for you. So, yeah, that is it. I think that's going to wrap it up. This is Jeff Grubb once again signing off. I just reviewed the Turtle Beach Stealth 300. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always on gamesbeat.com, and I'll put some extra stuff here in the description below, including a test of the microphone, so you guys can hear that and compare it to some other stuff. So the link will be there in the description, or it will be embedded in the article if you are watching this on gamesbeat.com. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.